Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's pick a card reading, we're obviously going to do our monthly prediction for 2025. What are you manifesting? What is going to happen in September 2025? August is a bit of a dramatic month. We know that we're 4 planets in retrograde, including the obvious Mercury, and it's been a lot for everyone. So let's see if September is getting any better and if we have learned our karmic lessons and we are reaping the rewards of these karmic lessons in September 2025. But before I show you the timestamps and the symbols to pick up from, I have to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor. So before I dive deeper into the monthly prediction and the reading, I generally want to share something with you all that gave me the goosebumps. As I said, this video is sponsored by Psychic Source, and I am genuinely in shock after I talked with one of their advisors, one of their psychic, because I had another reading from one of their advisors, like I said, and I am still processing the reading. So what happened was this. I decided this time not to use the phone call because you can use both phone call or chat on Psychic Source, and I just decided to go for the chat. I was laying down on the sofa and I started with a very general question about my manifestation. The psychic started tuning into my energy and she gave me like a really nice answer. But I asked a little bit more. So I said, after the general question about my manifestation, I said, do you have any other guidance for me or anything that you're picking up from the angels or spirit guides or whatever? And she said to me, okay, let's lay down 11 cards and let me just process and do everything. And oh my God, like when she said that, you know, I'm always skeptical of other psychic, but when she said that and she started the actual reading, which went beyond what I just asked about my manifestation, that's where I started to get shocked and I started getting goosebumps, because she was revealing details about my life that there is no chance that she would have known. And mind you, they were not like general details or somebody loves you or maybe you're married. It was like specific, and I got so scared. And as she kept going and kept going and kept going, she was getting more and more specific, which obviously when a psychic gets that specifics and it resonates with you, then the original prediction that she made for your manifestation becomes even more valid. But this is not even the spooky part. After a while that she was going on in the chat, I had to go, so I stopped the chat. And mind you that before the conversation with the psychic, I had no sign that my manifestation was gonna come, like zero. Hence why I asked the advisor. But I kid you not, like I received a phone call, what it was, I think an hour, maximum 2 hours later from my conversation with this advisor on Psychic Source. And 2 hours later, I didn't have my manifestation 100%, but like a sign of unfoldment, like a tangible, real sign of unfoldment of my manifestation started to come, which completely coincides with what she predicted for me about this specific manifestation. I was like genuinely goosebumps, genuinely shocked. And if you haven't heard of Psychic Source, let me introduce it for you. Psychic Source is the most trusted psychic service in the industry with more than 35 years of experience. In fact, like I said before, you can connect with their vetted and gifted psychic through either phone, chat, or even schedule an appointment. Whatever fits best for you at whatever time you're connected. You don't have to wait for your psychic to be on the platform, or even like sometimes when you want to order psychic readings, even for me or from any other YouTuber or whatever, there is a time, like a waiting list to wait for. With Psychic Source, you don't have that. You can just hop onto the platform and there is always a vetted, gifted advisor or psychic available at the time that you select. And what is most important, they only accept 2% of applicants, so by the time that you're choosing a psychic, you know that they have been vetted and they are incredibly gifted. And I love that every single time that you purchase one of the readings, they give a 1% extra with no extra cost to you to a charity, which is amazing and unheard of. At least I didn't heard it in any other psychic service. And yes, you can even choose the charity of your choice just by going into the website and decide deciding what charity to donate that 1%. If you have been curious or you have never tried readings before or you need a reading right now, I highly suggest the Psychic Source, as my experience was incredibly positive as mentioned before. Right now, they are offering to my community a special deal. You're gonna have up to 40 minutes for only $19.80, which is the value of a $240 reading. No other service really comes close to offering such a discount when it comes down to trying their service. So you can go to tribepsychicsource.com/Nea or tap into the link in my description box and then put the code NEA in order to access this incredible discount and to connect with some of their advisors that it's online right now. Like I said, you're gonna get a reading of a value of $240 for only $19, and trust me, in that experience you won't regret. Thank you so much, Psychic Source, for sponsoring today's pick a card reading, and let's hop now to the selection of your symbols so you can go to the timestamps that I provided down below and go directly to your reading. Hello pile number 1 and welcome to your reading. Let's see together what is going to happen for your September 2025. I apologize for the noise outside and for the audio not being the best this time around. I ordered a new mic because mine broke, so it's coming on Monday, don't worry about it. Let's see now for pile number 1. Take only what resonates with you. Remember, you have the power and you can manifest everything that you want. My private readings are down below, and if you want extra content, more than 100 videos plus and content that comes every week, you can connect to my Patreon community, link down below. Let's see pile number 1. Ooh, the 7 of Vessels. You have been mourning the death of either a pet, a loved ones, or the loss or the end of any sort of relationship or emotional attachment in the month of August. I seen you crying, I see you depleted, I see you sad. So you are in a moment of grieving that, let's just be frank, it's not necessarily going to disappear in the month of August. It seems to me, since it's the first card that we are seeing, that you're carrying this energy even in September. But let's see what else. So we also have the 10 of Arrows, indicating that maybe this was the death of a grandmother, a grandfather figure, or somebody that you considered as a mentor or a teacher, or like I said, someone extremely important in your life that has taught you something since you were a kid, or maybe it could have even be like a legend or someone that you admired. I mean, we know that Ozzy Osbourne died, and so for a lot of the people in the metal scene in the community, it's like a father died. And they feel it very deep. I felt it very deeply, and so it could be anything. It doesn't have to be Ozzy, rest in peace, you legend, but it doesn't have to be Ozzy. It could be anything, just to tell you the extent on how this card could be and signify. I apologize, the light is always unpredictable in this flat. So with the 10 of Arrows, this also indicates that you are releasing old attachments and old wounds. If this is the passing of a pet, sometimes, actually a lot of the times, pets do pass when we are transitioning in new areas and in new chapters of our life that brings loads of transformation, and especially because the pets are not only attached to us emotionally but energetically, they shield us and they liberate certain karma, and that's why sometimes they decide to die in a specific in a specific time. So in a specific time in your life. So wow, that is a lot of energy for you, pile number 1, to release and let go, and you're definitely still in the process, pile number 1, of releasing this morning and this heavy energy. Let's see what else for pile number 1. But you know, when you release something painful as it is, there is always a tiny new beginning. There is a lot of kindness and compassion, and the emotions are going to start feel like you're gonna start feeling a little bit better by the mid of September. There could have been potentially, I see pile number one, even blockages in certain aspects of your life. But I think of more than anything, this is really mourning, this is really grieving and trying to heal for the loss of a very important person. It could be even pile number one, the loss of something within yourself, because this card also gives me the vibe of like you have outgrown certain aspects of yourself or a relationship. Now you're not a kid anymore in a way, and you're evolving to the next chapter of your life. And so you need to show in the month of September a lot of kindness to yourself. You got to be gentle, and you don't have to, Spirit is saying, pressure yourself to move so fast, because it's simply not the time, and it is okay to move a little bit slower at this time. And then we have, awesome, we have the Wheel of Fortune, indicating that at the end of the day in life, there is always events that come and go, and we do live in a circle of life and a wheel. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. It's the movement of the pendulums. This sort of movement you can even find in the 7 Hermetic Principles as stated as one of the laws of the universe. Everything swings back and forth incessantly in a pendulum swings. We see this in the behavior of society. We see this in history. Now, not everything constantly repeats itself, so don't see it as, oh, something bad has happened to me in the past, so I'm doomed to repeat it over and over again. That's not what the principle is talking about. What the principle is talking about is that things shifts from one extreme to another. Everything always moves into a pendulum swing. It goes back and forth, but not in terms of like the same thing repeats. Yes, it can, and we see this in the experience of people, and we see this in history, but it's not necessarily that. You can overcome the karmic wheel that spins over and over and over again in the same pattern, pile number one, but you have to understand that what will always stay is the feeling of up and down. There will always be challenges, no matter how much you want to manifest them away. Everybody in their own little way deals with the up and down and the pendulum swings movement. So the thing is to not manifest this sort of movement, pile number one, away, but is to live with it and know how to ride it in order to not get swayed back and forth like a pendulum. Is the manifestation, is the and enlightenment is the art of staying in the middle while the pendulum swings, because you are in control and it's not in control of you. If you understand this, you have dominion. In esotericism we say this, we have dominion over reality. So you don't have control, you have dominion. As above, so below. Your mind doesn't control you, but it is you controlling your thoughts and your reactions. It is all stated in the 7 Hermetic Principles. If you understand them, you have dominion of the material world. It's as simple as that. And you can manifest what you want. Now, this is a bit of an esoteric lesson, but what I'm seeing, pile number one, is that the wheel always spins. Death is inevitable, is the only thing that we are certain of, and whatever loss you had in the last months or in the month of August had to happen in order, pile number one, to take you to the next chapter in your life. That with this 10 of arrows, like I said, has to do with the death of an older version of you, maybe a more immature version of you, and the rebirth of aspects of you that are needed at this time. They are more creative, they are more attuned, they are new, so you need to learn those things and you need to fall in love again with your own self. But it was time for this purge to happen. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it does indicate that your good fortune is going to come back, and this is simply a new chapter that you're entering by mid-September 2025, and you're taking with you in 2026. The Spirit is telling me as well. Now, also what Spirit wants you to know, pile number one, is that the situation in 2026, which I know I'm not giving you 2026 predictions necessarily, but you need to hear this. The situation in 2026 is going to improve. You're not going to repeat such a bad year as 2025 it was. Spirit is saying you needed this pain. You needed this year in order to purge. Maybe it was something about your ego. Maybe it was they wanted to lead you to a different direction. Maybe you were making a little bit of bad choices or choices that weren't in alignment with your soul. And therefore, this purge, pile number 1, needed to happen in order to put you back on track. And sometimes, unfortunately, these purges do happen in painful ways. Let me get another card from my fairy deck just to get an extra message for you of what is going to happen in the month of September. It's a bit of a heavy reading, so I apologize and I understand, but I have to be faithful with what I see in the cards. You see, we have the Ace of Springs indicating that definitely you are going to face a new beginning. You are being reborn, a little bit like spring, right? We have the season of winter, which is really hard, at least if you are a very sunny kind of person. You love the sunshine like me. For me, winter is really, really hard. It feels like we are hibernating. Everything is dying. But then we know the spring is going to come and we're going to see the flowers and the leaves and everything blooming again. So this is the same metaphor for you. You are going to rise again. You are going to bloom again, just exactly like a flower after winter. It is time to take action by springtime. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. So if you have been thinking about a career, or you have lost your source of income, or you're not earning anymore as you used to, so the death card really doesn't represent a person, but it represents more like the loss and mourning of a job or a career, don't worry, there is a new avenue that it's opening up for you. It might take a while with the Page of Vessels, but it is a new creative idea that enters and leads you to a more profitable source of income. So that's also what I'm seeing in September. I know I said the springtime because this could, with the Ace of Spring, this could peak in the season of spring, but obviously because we are talking about September, you're going to see it started in September. We also, I see the butterfly, so that indicates that there is a transformation going on. Let me see any other message. We also have another spring card, the King of Spring. The King of Spring is a person that is innovative, inspiring, wise, and theatrical. A financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. So like I said, I feel that for some of you, you have been mourning the death of a career or a financial income or source, but it needed to happen. That's what Spirit is letting me know. Like, it's almost like pile number 1, your creativity was so blocked because of this career, this endeavor that you were doing. And it's almost like you were flagging a dead horse. And so they needed to stop you. And even though right now in the month of August to September, you feel the shake, you feel confused, you feel lost, you want to take action, but you don't know exactly where to go. Or you feel like, oh my God, I gotta start again. But it is all for the better. You are gonna have, through a new person, a new opportunity coming for you. This person could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, and the money are gonna come back, but in a different way with a better career. I am honestly, and I'm not going to predict it if I don't see it, I don't see any movement for those of you guys who are interested in love, so I'm not mentioning it because I don't see it. That's not the vibe that I'm picking up from this reading. I'm also like, I feel that you have been suffering with heavy thinking, with loads of headache, with fatigue. They needed to stop you, you see. That's what they keep telling me. They said, we needed to stop you. You were burning out. And even though you're mad with us, your spirit guides are saying you're punching the wall, you're desperate, they understand all of these feelings, but they're telling you, pile number 1, it's only because you are not able, from your perspective, to see the bigger picture, and you're not able to see that if you would have gone down this path, you would have ended up exhausted in a hospital, or just like with severe headaches, or something severe would have happened because you were exhausting your body. Now, obviously, I'm never predict health or anything like that. Keep in mind that these readings are for entertainment purposes, but that is what they're telling me for some reason. So they needed to stop you. You were going down a very, very dangerous path in terms of like your physical health for some reason. I don't know. Comment down below and let me know what happened. And then we also have the Ace of Winter, indicating that, yes, you're going to have your peak moment in the spring, but the movement is going to start from the winter time. So don't worry about it. Don't hold on too much of me saying it's going to be in 2026. It's definitely going to start before that. And also this card indicates don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So like I said, yes, you had challenges. Yes, they did stop you, but was only to lead you to a different idea and a different direction that is going to promote even more financial windfall or more financial stability. So yeah, I mean, I get it. Mourn the loss of this career, mourn the loss of your old self, but know that you saved yourself by just letting it go. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Summers, the Rainbow Bridge, which indicates no more procrastination. Your power comes from making a decision, confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. So I see you in the month, I apologize for the noise. I see you in the month of September really thinking about what to do next. You will decide for sure. I can see that in the month of September. But see, this noise is not a coincidence. It's like you are overthinking certain things and you are listening a lot to what other people say, and you're not listening, the Spirit is saying, to the sound of your intuition. You gotta let it all go. Let go of your past self in the month of September and really start thinking in ways that are creative, like a rainbow bridge, bringing you somewhere completely different. I feel also from this reading like this deep sense of sadness. Remember to ask for help in therapy or anything like that if you need it. And I feel like this loss of energy, pile number one. Usually I never get readings that are this heavy, but for you, pile number one, like I feel like I'm a balloon that somebody pinched and now my energy is like going away from my body. Maybe you dealt with energy vampires as colleagues or things like that. You're just so sad. You know what? I really think that in the month of September, you got to think less. So you have to allow your spirit guides to heal you and help you. Meditate if you can. Call them in every single morning for protection. Don't skip that step. And just let it go. Heal, be graceful and kind to yourself. Let go of even trying to manifest anything specific. Just try to be in the moment. And then the new beginning is going to happen. It just wants to happen. The right action and the right idea, pile number one, is going to be presented to you in form of a thought, but it cannot come if you're so disturbed by the noises from the outside and the noises of your ego constantly trying to find a solution that it's not even inspired because you're not listening to your soul. So September for you, pile number one, is really a month of healing, relaxing, recouping, and letting go. And then getting the new idea, and then getting the new guidance and the financial windfall happening. Let it go. Like I feel like you need to release, and that's what I'm seeing for you in September 2025 is the month of releasing. All right, that was a bit heavy. It is what it is. Let me know in the comment section down below if it makes any sense. For private readings, there is a sale going on my website and on my Ko-Fi shop. You see all the prices that have been reduced. So if you want to participate on the sale, like I said, the link is down below, and the link is down below to try also Psychic Source if you want an instant reading right now through my code tribepsychicsource.com/Naya, or in the description box you tab code Naya. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go for pile number two, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Let's see together what is going to happen in September 2025. What are you manifesting? Remember, I cannot control my readings. What comes. So it could be about love. It could be about career. It depends on what you need to hear and what your spirit guides wants you to know. And my readings are extremely straightforward. So if that is not your style, you can click off. And so yeah, take only what resonates with you. For private readings is down below, the links and everything. All right. Ooh, what's going on? Something hurts. What's going on with everybody? Like, the energy is so weird. Like, I know I've been channeling this before on my Patreon. I made a video about how the energy is so weird for everybody in the collective, and we're dealing with like a major shift, but I never picked this up in a pick a card reading ever. Like, properly weird energy. Like, people are hurted, wounded. What happened in August? What happened in general? Pile number 2. Wow. The Two of Arrows. You've been dealing with injustices. Like, you feel you are waiting for somebody to bring justice back. A decision needs to be made. Also with the Two of Arrows, you're just, could be even a legal dispute. You're just waiting for the justice because right now you feel wounded, you feel hurt about a very unjust situation. Now, this doesn't have to be legal necessarily. It could even be something like, oh God, why you're doing this to me? Why for other people manifestation is so easy, and for me it feels so unfair. No matter how hard I try, I never get it. It's not true. You will get it in the end. There could be multiple reasons why you have been dealing with apparently more challenges than the others. The best advice that I can give you, cliche as it sounds, is to never compare yourself to other people, because that leads only to unhappiness. And I'm telling you, and I'm going to show you these other cards in a second, and I'm telling you, pile number 2, coming from a person that ended up manifesting always what she wanted, I could literally compare myself to the accomplishments of other people and not seeing my accomplishments as great and start complaining because of millions of reasons. And there are people who did better than me. There are people who manifested it instead of 3 months in only 24 hours to certain things that took me months to manifest. How is that ever gonna make me happy? Keep comparing myself to other people. It's only going to limit me. It's only going to block me. And it's one of the root causes of the unhappiness of modern time, because through social media we have this false perception that other people are living their best lives and they're doing so much better than us, which keep us divided, by the way, and it leads us to comparison, to never feel that what we have is enough, to constant anxiety and depression, and it just makes us spiral, which makes us even less powerful than what we are, less and less power, because the more we spiral, the more we focus on negativity, the more we manifest that, and we just end up in the darkest parts of the life tracks that we can manifest. Because pile number 2, we got the manifestation card right here. We have the shaman, the magician. Number 1, you do have the power to manifest what you want. You are powerful. You have proved this to yourself over and over and over again, and that's what they want you to do in the month of September. Pile number 2 is to regain back your power. Yes, maybe the situation has been unfair. Yes, there are decisions to make. Yes, probably you have to move fast, but that does not mean that you are a failure. It does not mean that you have lost your power. It only means that you are upgrading to a different level of awareness. You're becoming the shaman. You're becoming even more powerful. I remember, pile number 2, just the other day I saw I think it was a TikTok or a reel from Aaron Doughty, one of his conference or something like that. And anyway, it caught my eyes because this lady was saying to him, I am a master manifester. I used to be a master manifester. I manifested everything that I want, and now I feel lost. I just don't even know what I want anymore. And what should I do next? Like, how is that even possible? And he said something that I highly agree with and extremely important. And he said, no, it's not that. That was just phase 1. Becoming a master manifester, I don't know if he said exactly this, but I'm paraphrasing. That is just phase 1. Phase 2 is the next step in the evolution, is to awaken, to let go even more of the ego and let go of the illusion that in fact you can actually control this reality, but understand that you are surfing in this reality. There are infinite lifetimes, but the best way to manifest is to not control, but to align yourself with the wheel, your true wheel, as Crowley used to say. If you don't know who Crowley is, I posted a video on Patreon. I don't agree with everything that he has to say, but he was a genius about this specific philosophy of true will. Anyway, pile number 2, just follow me through. I know I'm a different kind of reader, but follow me through. But so the next step in your evolution, pile number 2, is to understand that true power doesn't come from controlling your manifestation, but comes from the alignment with your true will, with the true will of your soul, that knows that there are infinite possibilities, that yes, you can manifest, but aims for the highest, most divine life track that you can possibly manifest. And once this clicks into your head, you become the shaman, you become that magician, you become like, wow, I didn't even know I could get this much. I didn't even know that by just letting go of my ego and this little sense of control and this little illusion that I can control everything, I could get so much more. I didn't even know that being in this life track makes me so happier than trying to manifest this little thing that I thought would have made me happy. You understand? So pile number 2, you didn't lose your power. Yes, you had challenges. Yes, certain situations, pile number 2, might feel unfair. Like I said, you're gonna move fast in September. There are decisions to be made. But damn, this is only your next phase in your evolution that is making you even more powerful and is leading you to such a beautiful place that it's in connection with the will of your soul, of your own true will, where you're supposed to be. And this dynamic over here, as unfair as it looks in the present moment, this is what is going to make you happier. So trust the process. I know it's a cliche to say, but let's see what else. Pile number 2. So come on, it doesn't hurt that much. Keep on going. That's what Spirit wants you to know. Just keep on going. You got everything that it takes to succeed even more, succeed again. Keep on going. It's for real. Then, told ya, then we have the Ace of Vessels, the waters of life. Like, you think that, oh, it's all over. It's, oh, nobody's gonna ever love me again, or I will never get the money, this will never happen, this manifestation was a disaster, like, I'm such a failure. No, pile number 2, it's not like that. Being a master manifestor is only step 1. Step 2 is becoming the shaman. Let's put it this way with this metaphor because I feel it makes it extremely clear. It's about spiritual attunement. It's about getting that life that it's even hard to imagine because you simply don't have that bigger perspective, and it is to trust in some infinite intelligence, in the infinite intelligence, that maybe going towards the unfamiliar is the best thing that you can do at this time, and it's going to make you 10 times happier. My life, my biggest manifestation have come exactly when I didn't know where I was going, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to manifest because my perspective just couldn't get there. And I just trust, and I called for my divine life, divine match, divine everything. And I went to places that I never thought I even wanted to go. I never even thought, oh, I didn't know that that place, that person, that event would have made me happy. That sort of lifestyle would have made me happy. I had a different idea, but remember that your ideas come from the perceptions of the past. They are clouded by the past. So when you are clouded, this is for everybody, but you can only desire coming from the experiences of the past. But if you're constantly, if your desires are only coming from the material experiences from the past, you still remain limited because you lack to see the bigger picture of the unfamiliarity of possibilities that you didn't consider. They're not even up in your head. And I'm telling you, that is where the true miracle lies. That's where the a wow moment come. And I feel pile number 2, I'm channeling this information for you because that is where they want to leave you. They want to leave you towards the unexpected, the unfamiliar, the feeling of wow, I didn't even know I could get this. And it's hard to go to this other step in life and chapter of life because it's very unpredictable, and it leads you with this feeling of like, whatever, I prefer much more to be in control. Of course you do. Of course everybody does. But that's, if you constantly remain in control, you lose on the evolution that your soul came here to experience. And you came here to experience also surprise, expansion especially. Expansion cannot come in familiar places. It's the opposite of that, because familiar places makes us comfortable and makes us stay in 4 specific walls, which sometimes we do need, but we didn't came here to stay stagnant as souls. We came here to expand and to contribute to the expansion, pile number 2 of the universe. And expansion only comes from unfamiliarity. Majority of the times come from unfamiliarity because it's about creating something new and unexpected, isn't it? So it's just the definition of it. So don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. Then I know it sounds like, oh, you're gonna be fine and you're dealing with chaos in the meantime. But seriously, your new life is coming, an abundance of things, creative ideas, people, new beginnings are available for you in the month of September. And trust me, pile number 2, the energy from what I'm picking up is moving extremely fast from September. So pile number 2, if you have been feeling like, oh my God, like I feel so stuck, like nothing is moving, I'm such a failure. Another thing that I learned from manifesting, guys, you would think that manifestation or movement comes from boom, 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 these actions that are coming one after the other. That's not how it happens the majority of the time, from what it was my experience. The big shifts, they come right after these very odd moments of stillness. Watch it, document it, do it like I did, like a little experiment, watch what happens. So if right now you have been dealing with like this sense of nothing happens, boredom, everything is so stalled, I'm telling you, in September you're gonna have a major shift and everything will start happening so rapidly, because for some reason in the universe, there has to be this moment of where the energy are creating space, are removing, are destroying. And then, no, actually, the destroyer, Shiv, right? In Hinduism, and they teach this. Shiv destroys. So first there is the destruction, all the events, everything coming down, meteorites. Think about something like that, like destroying, supernova. Then, nothing. Place of stillness, nothing moves, absolute stillness. In a material sense, almost boredom, boom. And then something borns again. Everything starts shifting. Everything starts happening quickly. You are moving without even feeling that you're taking any action. They are moving you. That is what will happen, I feel. And that is the majority of the time how I saw manifestations unfolding. And for you specifically, pile number 2, it has to do with making you the shaman. It's making you step 2 of your evolution, of your expansion, and your powers as well. Now, I also have the 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups talks about unity, harmony, love. So if it's love that you have been manifesting, it's happening in the month of August. Or if it is a reunion or a solid, something that has to do with emotions, or a partnership that feels very heartfelt, definitely happening in the month of September. There is attraction, there is unity, there is a vibrational match to things that they are in correspondence with your heart's desires in the month of September. And in fact, we also have the 8 of Boughs, the earth fire, which does indicate being around the right people at the right time, receiving good news and things that start happening for you, pile number 2, extremely rapidly. This could also indicate emails and a positive exchange in communications and signing of contracts that will lead you to incredible things and positive expansions from September forward. So you see, not always lost. Actually, from a place of, I wouldn't say necessarily grieving with that Two of Swords and the injustice, from a place of feeling that a situation is unfair, and pile number 2, and feeling that you have failed. You learn something incredible about your power. You align yourself to your divine, to your soul, to your own true will, and that propels a new life, love, harmony, good news, and incredible fast movement forwards and communications that are positive and that lead you to new contracts and partnerships. So that's specifically what I am seeing for you all. Now, let me get an additional card from the Gothic Oracle deck just to get, you know, a last prediction, and then we're gonna say goodbye. So let's see, Spirit, what pile number 2 needs to know at this time. Oh, beyond the veil, the yin and the yang. That's very interesting. Are you guys a witch or somebody that practice esotericism or an occultist? Let me know in the comment section down below, because this entire reading, especially with the shaman card, gives me a lot the vibes of people that do practice occultism. You are tapping into something extremely powerful in the month of September, and it has to do with, like I said, with your next step and with your evolution. And more specifically, pile number 2, you are understanding the dual nature of reality, which is a lesson in and of itself that I'm not going to give you for this video. Maybe we can talk about it on Patreon, but that is exactly what this card gives me. It's almost like you can see the code of the matrix. So you understand the duality of reality, and you can see the where illusions lie and where true power is. And this either resonates or it doesn't. Let me know in the comment section if you get it. If you get it, you get it. And yeah, that is what I see for you in the month of September. Let me know, and I'll move ahead for those of you guys who choose pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome back. Welcome to your reading for September 2025. I apologize for the noise. It is what it is, so let's go. If you want a private reading with me, the link is down below. There is a sale going on both on my website and on my Ko-Fi shop. You don't need any discount codes. It's just the prices are already being discounted, so it's a lot easier for everybody. So let's get started. Pile number 3. For September 2025, what Spirit wants you to know, September 2025. Oh, the 3 of Arrows, like I said it for the other piles as well, and even I just posted an Instagram story. Follow me on Instagram on Nea Goddess, so you can never, you know, I post little card reading as well over there. But it's like, oh my god, the energy, you guys, I've never had this heavy energy in any, I think, of my monthly predictions. But 3 of Arrows, pile number 3, the energy is heavy. I don't know what happened. Maybe because in August there were 4 planets in retrograde. There is heartbreak, some maybe relationships didn't last. And let me tell you something, from what I understood from astrology and from that astrological perspective, if something didn't last, this retrogrades, including especially the Saturn and the Uranus retrograde, is because it was a purge. It wasn't meant to last, and there is a reason. And everything that did survive this retrogrades in the line portal and all that happened in the month of August, is because it's meant to stay. So yes, even though there is separation, and even though yes, there is heartbreak, this is actually a good thing for you, pile number 3. Spirit is letting me know, because it wasn't supposed to last, and it was just breaking your heart over and over and over again. So yeah, that's how we start. So let's see what else the Spirit has to say. The arrows represents Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. I feel that Leo was in the middle of the storm. Aries definitely was involved in feeling blocked and having opposition. And Sagittarius in general, I think, is heading towards a path that they weren't expecting, definitely feels confused, even though he's not saying it out loud and will never admit it. And just in general feels dissatisfied because he wants something better in life. That's how I feel. And in fact, we do have the Ten of Bows. This also the Ten of Bows. The Ten of Bows represents you feeling challenged by the world, pile number 3. It represents, you know, you want to go somewhere, but you feel very burdened. You see that at the end of the struggle, there is this city and there is the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to get to your tribe and you're going to get to all the things that you want. But somehow the energy feels very weird and feels very strong and challenging. Pile number 3, I also feel that you feel separate from the community where you belong. Maybe a community was taken away from you for some reason, or you just don't feel in resonance with the environment and the people around you at this time. But Spirit wants you to know that despite the challenges in the present moment, you are going to manifest your tribe. You're going to manifest better friends and even a new place to live. It doesn't have to be necessarily a change in a complete change in environment or location, even though could be, but it could be a change of house or flat, or just friendships and groups that start shifting. So hold on. Yeah, then we have the Green Woman. What Spirit is suggesting you to do in the month of September is to not focus so much on socializing and things that are external to yourself. With the Green Woman, Spirit is suggesting you to cultivate your own creativity and things that you can do in your own home that make you feel positive, that make you feel happy. It's almost like you need to stir the cauldron with new ideas and new ways of beings, and let go of past identities and past people that I don't want to say the same sentence, that no longer serve you, because this is more than that. This is about understanding that coherence. People like to throw this word a lot, like you're incoherent, and I see this even when they do it with celebrities, like, oh, but they've changed. And people are constantly changing. The only difference is that you are constantly changing. The only difference is that you don't, generally in people, you don't see it that often because it's not in your face. But when a celebrity does it, it looks way more dramatic. And on top of it, people that are creative or artistic, they are changing all the times because they are channelers for Source, and Source, infinite intelligence, is everything and everyone. So of course they are picking up on a pool of energies and ideas that make them expand and change. This myth of being coherent, of being always the same, this is just a human limitations, because we guys like to limit ourselves. That's all that it is to it. When we admire someone being, oh, this person is extremely coherent, or they're just stuck in their own ways and they never want to change. I mean, mind you that yes, fighting for your own opinion and having a solid sense of identity can be great, but never changing your mind and being extremely stubborn leads to arrogance and doesn't lead to unity or expansion. The real intelligent person is the person that can adapt to various situations, is able to say, hey, maybe I was wrong. Hey, I'm going to say sorry. I am going to change sometimes my idea. I'm going to listen to multiple perspectives, and I'm going to understand that the truth at the end of the day lies into both perspectives actually are real, unless it is an super objective truth, which I doubt that it even exists 100%. So with the Green Woman, for me, pile number 3, this is a lesson for you in the month of September to truly cultivate a real sense of identity. And identity is not egoic, it's not dependent on the ego, it's the soul flowing to various things and various creativity within oneself. I know this reading sounds really complicated. I don't know, this day I'm just like channeling a lot of complicated philosophical ideas, but it's just the vibe, it's just the energy. I feel that the spirit guides, the guardians, infinite intelligence is shifting us all to a different reality where things are just molded and it's shifted differently. It's not the time anymore to just talk about material things. Yes, you're gonna get the money. Yes, you're gonna get the relationship, because Spirit's letting me know, pile number 3, it's really not about that anymore. It's about finding your true will, your true core essence, living a life of true authenticity. And the world is shifting in ways that we have never seen before, and that is why it's hard to predict where we're going collectively, or even specifically for you, because each and every one of us that is aligned with their own soul are going to create a life that is extremely unique and creative and different. And I see that that's where you're at, pile number 3. You've been separated from something. Like I said, you are releasing. There is this energy. Pile number 1, I think, had the same energy of like releasing a lot of burdens, a lot of challenges, and releasing all the sense of identities that just no longer serve you, because they're coming from an old earth and an old perspective. They're limited now. They are not leading you anywhere. And creating this new version of you that flows more creatively. So how this translates materialistically speaking: new place to live, new way of living, and also a new way of generating money or dealing with relationship. I see more creativity, more creative people around you. Now, the green woman could also represent finances coming and filling your cup, so winning of money, or just in general a business that expands in a creative way and in a different way. And it could also predict pregnancy if you're looking for that. So mind you, be careful if you don't want to be pregnant. And then we have the Page of Arrows, which is the wren. This always gives me singing vibes of like people that are artists and they utilize their voice. So if that is you utilize your voice to make a living, that is what, well, you should continue, even though the situation might feel a little bit separate with that 3 of swords, the 3 of arrows, 3 of swords, or the situation feels like you're losing something, you're in the midst of winter, but keep using your voice. So that's what Spirit is letting me know. Keep on singing, keep on sharing. And they're showing me the throat chakra. This shouldn't get blocked. This, Spirit is saying, pile number 3, shouldn't get limited. You're supposed to share, but the way you're sharing is expanding and it's becoming more authentic, more real, more raw. Keep it expanding. Don't shrink it. Keep on going. And what else am I seeing? Could be that we're dealing, pile number 3, in the month of August with a proper, like a heartbreak of like a separation with a lover. If that is the case, pile number 3, Spirit is letting me know that you have tried your best. You were dragging this relationship, hoping, because you fell in love with the potential or the plans that you had with this person. But the truth is that they want you to stay strong on your own for a reason. Now, pile number 3, this doesn't mean that you're doomed to unhappiness or to be alone for the rest of your life, but it only means that it's time now to fill your cup. If you are a single mother or a single parent, you have all that it takes to handle the situation. Money and help is on the horizon. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. For other people who are instead in established bonds, this has nothing to do with relationship then. This, because I'm not seeing specifically this has to be about love. You are a lot of people. So if you know that you are in a good relationship and you're happy with your person, this is really about you feeling separate from people that you can connect with, and you had a lot of challenges around that, and you work with your voice. So now in the month of September is a month to re-empower yourself, not by connecting with other people necessarily like on social events, but it is to fill your own cup, to steer your cauldron with new creativity that makes you more powerful, and to expand this talent that I see that you have in the throat chakra with your voice. That's what I'm seeing. And that will lead to new creative outlets or ideas to even generate money with the green woman, and therefore the abundance card. That's what I'm seeing. So let's see what else. Pile number 3. The page, another page, the page of vows. It's little things. It's little ideas, little movement forwards that are happening. This could also signify children, like I said. Be careful, because if you don't want to be pregnant, you could get pregnant with even 2 children. They could even be twins. God. Oh, God. I know that not a lot of people are interested nowadays in being pregnant or being a mother, but I have to mention it if I see it. Because, I mean, I am not even supposed to show this card like on YouTube. I have to show it like this. Oh, I have to, because I did the course of not showing nudity on YouTube. This is not nudity. This is a visual representation of a metaphor of abundance and fertility. And I am showing this tarot cards to represent an artistic outlet that represents fertility. Thank you. You have to say this now on YouTube. Can you imagine? Just to show tarot cards. Anyway, pile number 3. Let's see. What else you need to know? What else? That's why I prefer TikTok. And by the way, if you want daily predictions and messages, you can follow me on TikTok now. On Nea Tarot. Wow. Wow. We also have the green man and the green woman, and funny enough, I have the green man just over here. Something major is gonna happen in the month of August. Major. If you are, like I'm telling you, if you have been crying for somebody because you broke up with this person, blah, 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 or you can't find anybody, no, you will. No, you will. The green man and the green woman, the empress and the emperor, something major is about to happen in your life. So if you are already in a happy relationship, yes, of course, you're going to stay happy together, but both of you guys are becoming more powerful together in the month of September. It looks like you guys are in proper alignment with one another, but this more generally also does indicate that you have the power of the gods and the goddesses around you. Like they are, after a moment of grief, of separation, of hardship with that 10 of Vows, I told you, they keep saying keep utilizing your voice because something major is about to happen. So I don't know what specifically this is, but this is spiritual help coming in the month of September to help you realize your dreams that are coming from you nurturing yourself and your new creative ideas. And in fact, I didn't even see this card. We have the card of creativity. I told you, you're tuning in, you're tapped in, you are connecting. Also, I feel you're connecting with your ancestors. You've been talking to them, you have been grateful, you have overcome some karma that you shared with one another, with your ancestral karma, and now you're tapped in, tuned in, turned on, the kind of thing. You are connected, you're feeling it. You're gonna have a moment in September where you're gonna have downloads of ideas with either a business, a project, a creative outlet, music with your voice, any sort of communication, and you're gonna channel all of these ideas, and then you're gonna start doing them. You're gonna feel extremely aligned in the month of September and extremely connected, and this is no coincidence. Spirit is saying this is their help. Your guardians are strong, they're helping you, and your guardians are not just spirit guides in the sense of like spirits. They are one god and one goddess, so they are very, very powerful dimensions of consciousness. Who are you? Let me know in the comment section down below. Then obviously, we have the Ace of Vows, new beginning. This is also fertility. I'm telling you guys, if you don't want to be pregnant, be careful, because with all of this Emperor, Empress, fertility card, the Ace of Vows, which totally represents that, be careful because you could get pregnant. Now, metaphorically, pregnancy and fertility do represent the birth of something new. They do represent you following your creativity and something incredible, big, a better idea, a better career, a better relationship, something huge comes into your life in the month of September and gets it done and gets you to this new beginning with the Ace of Vows. Then we also have the links, the Page of Stones. So we have another page. I told you this is going to be presented to you, pile number 3, in the form of little ideas. And you might feel in the beginning of September like, oh, this is just a little step forward. No, it's not. You don't understand. Like, You're building an empire little by little. Rome wasn't built in a day. Have you seen how big is Rome? It didn't got built in a day. It's little by little that you are stepping into a whole new chapter that is stronger than ever and is more abundant than ever in the month of August. And as a last card, we have the Ace of Stones, the foundation of life. So in the month of September, pile number 3, you're laying the foundation for the next years of your life that are going to be stable, abundant, and strong. So stop crying over whatever broken thing that you were crying about, because they are helping you out, these gods and goddesses, to build something even bigger, bolder, more abundant, and more loving. And this is all starting from the month of September 2000. I'm sorry, you guys, but this pick a card reading was so long that my battery got drained. So I was saying, you're building something bigger and bolder than ever. Stop being afraid and just stop crying over whatever it is that got broken, because it was meant to be taken away from you so you could have this massive abundance, massive new beginning, massive better thing, whatever this thing is, whether it is a relationship or a business. And even though it might start small, like I said, pile number 3, it might start like little steps, little ideas. Rome wasn't built in a day. Follow the steps, follow every single idea that you get in the month of September, because it's gonna lead you to your next empire, like I said. All right, this is the reading that I have for you for the month of September 2025. Let me know in the comment section down below. We'll see each other also on Patreon for extra videos that I do post weekly for all my archives of 100+ videos. And thank you so much also to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you very soon for another monthly prediction for the month of October, my favorite. See you. Bye.